So there I was, peanut butter in one hand, mustard in the other, barbecue sauce spilled all down my trousers. What?
Yet still
What are you
somehow on your
supposed to
titties.
say to a Jehovah's Witness?
You say, yes, I really, really need to learn about your Lord and Savior.
I really need your help.
I need somebody help. Anybody help. Get a wet nap. Hey, help.
When I was at the Black Tower, they told me I could channel. But then
Here's the
I
big question.
the taint inside my body. That was bad.
What brand barbecue sauce was it? Was it like Sweet Baby Ray's? Was it homemade?
Baby Ray's. Please.
That's sweet. That's what I've been putting on the. I smoked a chuck roast this past Sunday.
Ooh, sir.
Yeah, and then I sliced it with my new brisket knife. Because you know, hey,
I need a brisket.
My brisket knife is fancy, man. It's sharp as shit too. That's nice. I like it.
Oh my god.
I like it. Speaking of things we like that we're back. It's been 2 whole weeks of Fortnite, as our forefathers would say. Not to be confused with that game, if you want to call it that. I'm not a big fan, but maybe you are. Who knows? I don't really give a shit. Because this is the Black Tower. We don't play no games here at no Black Tower. Welcome back.
Play no fucking games.
That's Reese laying down the Black Tower.
You want to play games? Go to the White Tower.
That's right. Wait.
Hey, you're at the Black.
I'll take 3 words I've never heard before in my life for 500, Alex. What do I look like, Rasputin over here?
Together anyway.
Not together.
Oh, shit. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. We are the Black Tower Podcast, brought to you by the Dark One Painting Us. And if this is your first time,
it smells like almonds.
Hi, welcome. It smells like Bonnie Blue.
What?
Is this your first time joining us? Hi, I'm Josh. I'm the sorrow by my hand.
I guess that makes me Reese. You're Ethan Mahale.
And if all of that's true, then the process of elimination means that I must be also Josh. No, I'm Andrew. Your bootylicious, booty-shaking picanosis by John Mahale. Go watch Osmosis Jones again if you haven't in a long time. Booty-shaking picanosis.
I'm so glad I didn't drink when you started in with that, because I would have spit that.
I'll take a phrase that I don't want to hear for 800, Alex.
Deadpool 1, where he's like, I never say this, but don't swallow.
But don't swallow.
Later in the dude's mouth.
Yeah, which is funny because there's a lot of people that don't know what that is now. They just know that they don't recognize the item. They just recognize that a hole that it normally goes in.
A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't have a spiral scar on your index finger, and it shows.
A lot of you didn't have a fingerprint for about a week and a half, and it really fucking shows. Anyway.
Not here at the White Tower. We remember those lessons. We burn every initiate with one of those things.
We put every one of them back into a 1950s era Ford Fairlane.
Deny these allegations.
We put them all back into a 1950s era Ford Fairlane. Or
okay, we got in the chat. I'm just gonna say it. We got Carrie, which, by the way, Carrie is now a complete reader of the Wheel of Time. Congratulations, Carrie.
She's what veteran.
You did it. Now, when are you going to start your reread? That's the. Also in the chat, we've got 2 geeks, 1 mic. It's the geekiest podcast in the world. Also, 2 geeks, 1 mic has not read the books. Filthy spoiler chaser.
No filter. Well, it's been a long 2 weeks, and I'm just going to use that as an excuse. That was a Christmas shot glass. But cheers.
Prepare us.
Oh, would y'all like to take a second to get prepared while I get
It
us
is
ready for the episode?
unlucky to take a shot by yourself, sir.
Okay.
I'm not ready, so
Well,
I guess I'll grab a fun hand.
my whole well,
My shower point. Oh my god.
that, hey, sometimes you choke on a shot. You never know. Oh man. So yeah, it's been crazy. I know Reese has had a lot of stuff going on in her life. If you can't tell by the change in background, and you haven't been in the Discord, which you should definitely, excuse me, be in the Discord. Josh has been moving. Finally got finished moving. Obviously, still kind of getting settled in. So there's that. And then last week, I went to bed. I went to sleep as soon as I got home to take a nap, so that I would be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for recording. And if you were in the Discord or like, hey, what happened to last week's episode? I woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for the next day. So yeah, whoops.
It went well.
I mean, I accomplished half of my goal in that endeavor. So there's that. But we are here. We are back. This episode. So if you're a patron, well, the only people listening live are patrons because that's how we do things. Unless one of you has snuck the link out to somebody else. Unless you are smuggling the links, but you should not be. Don't smuggle the links, please.
Oh shit. Okay. I literally just grabbed the first alcohol and the first shot glass that I could find. So it's a dinosaur shot glass, and it's my liquid Christmas.
I love that my
candy.
shot glass matches your shooter better
My shooter.
because it's a Christmas style anime shot glass. But yeah, so we're getting back into this thing. This episode will go live to everybody this Friday. We got to get back into releasing episodes. So we'll be back on weekly, I guess, until we can get ahead of schedule again.
Which will be
or something.
in October.
Possibly. We'll see. We'll see what we can do.
The gathering.
We'll see what we
The madness that gathers.
can do. But y'all, I've missed doing this. Let's welcome this back and write Mr.
Welcome back
Faces.
to the taint, the dark one's taint myth.
Fucking
God damn it.
Solancha.
Solancha. Wow. Takes your breath away.
That's that there peppermint. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into a couple things here. Oh, I'm salivating. I'm salivating. Oh, damn whiskey. If you haven't already, and you're looking for Wheel of Time content creator inspired merchandises,
Yes.
or you're looking for a place to make your own personalized merchandise for gifts,
Ooh.
there's some holidays coming up. Maybe you exchange some stuff, or you're looking for some cool decorations for Halloween. We got Thanksgiving coming up if you're in the U.S. and you celebrate that, or you could even do.
Bro.
Geez, what other holidays are there? There's like Indigenous Peoples Days coming up, or Columbus Day, whichever one you choose to celebrate. Christmas is coming up, or the holiday season, or Yule, or Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. All kinds of holidays and stuff are coming up. newcreationsbyjen.com. They are linked down in the show notes and description below. They do all kinds of customized gifts. You can always reach out to Jen and Rob. They are fantastically wonderful people. They are super happy to work with you. And I know they appreciate the business for sure. Fantastic people. We use them for a lot of our stuff. They make a lot of our shot glasses. They make the frosted mugs, a couple of shirts, some beanies, first, all that kind of stuff. Fantastic. Go and check them out. And they do, again, a bunch of other Wheel of Time content creator inspired merch. And they do all the frosted mugs that wind up being one of the main giveaways for What a Holiday. Spoiler, going to be giveaways at What a Holiday again this year. Shocker. I know, right? It's almost like we've done it for like 4 years.
Ever.
Why not do it again?
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, because anything that I could find that'd be cooler in Prague, I'm definitely not going to be able to fit in my luggage. So, and I'm not going to give it away.
You can mail it back. Do not let them lie to you.
Yeah.
You can mail it back.
I can mail almost anything as long as I put a fragile label on it and a couple air holes. How do you think I got you back to Utah that one time?
I don't remember much because you drugged me, but I'm still here.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
You drank the tea willingly.
Thanks for
We
the
all saw it.
Thanks for the felony accusation there, Josh. I appreciate it. We'll see how YouTube feels about that one whenever this one goes live, and I get the email in the middle of the day. This one cannot be monetized. Also, you're under investigation.
We're sending the FBI to your house.
And then I get a call from the special agent, like that's in charge of like my clearance, and it's like, we need to talk.
Can we start running ayahuasca routines?
Oh, hey. Okay, now we're getting.
I mean, not in the U.S. obviously, but like somewhere.
Strictly religious purpose.
Well, we're gonna run a BTP crypto coin pump and dump scheme, specifically only available in countries that do not have extraditional agreements with the U.S.
Blockchain, bro.
Yeah. Hey, if they got Hawk Tua, they can get the rest of us. If they can follow that spit trail, they can get the rest of us. Anyway, so newcreationsbyjen.com, unaffiliated with the multiple crimes just listed previously.
Yeah,
in a comedic nature. So,
awesome, family-owned, small business. Please, they lower their own eyes being associated with us.
They made that map that you can't really see most of because it's covered by stuff, but it's great. Go and check them out. The Wheeltown map is awesome. The coolest one though we gave away for charity with all the signatures and stuff on it. Leia the Roof Mistress has it. Lucky fuck. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get the spoiler warning out of the way for those of you that aren't like Carrie and maybe haven't finished.
Carrie is strong till the finish because she eats her spinach.
Well, it's like a wheel of time, so it spins. So when you finish it, it's a spinish, not a finish.
Okay.
For those of you that haven't finished the Wheel of Time, here is your spoiler warning brought to you by one of our very own Asha Mans.
Asha Man?
Mr. He who comes with the whiny ass bitching. I mean, he who comes with the wine.
You have arrived at the Black Tower. You have been deemed worthy to accept the lessons the Mahales have crafted for your edification. This will be no easy task. You will be trained. You will be tested. You will be torn asunder. You must be destroyed and made new, that the glory of the Lord Dragon may enter you and guide you into the depths of madness. You will be broken. You will be tainted. You will be spoiled. Be warned, too much taint will lead to madness. Temper your appetites, lest you be sent for a taste of my special vintage. If you do not wish to enter my beloved tower and be so spoiled, you are welcome to leave now and forever turn your back on honor, glory, and brotherhood. To leave after is to reserve your place on my tree. No deserters? Good. Then prepare. Attend your betters. You will be spoiled. Shaman!
Okay.
I love it whenever a voice bot messes up, and then I'm just like, cool, I see the little green line. I don't know if y'all can actually hear anything. Hey.
I love He Who Comes Wine. It makes me very, very happy that we use that.
I love him to death.
But I think about the fact that anybody wandering around YouTube right now who has no idea what the Wheel of Time is and who has no idea what the Trader's Tree is like when he's like, you will find a place on my tree. Like, I can just imagine someone being like,
God damn it. They would just be like, all they would hear is be like, wow, I can't believe that shit was
nuts. I love that between the three of us, we make so many genitalia jokes.
Show me your genitals.
It's true.
Show me your genitals. Your genitalia.
John LaJolie, I love that guy. He's fucking
2 + 2 = vagina.
Okay, but before we get canceled again, Andrew, because we are the Black Tower podcast, and
it's really got to stick the first time for it to count. So,
and we do talk about Wheel of Time things
a bit excessively.
Yeah.
What? Wheel of Time.
Well, except for the 23 minutes we talk about like beer, like frat boys.
Yeah, except for when we frat bro out, talk about beer. What are we talking about tonight?
So tonight's topic, channeling the one power is an incredible thing. It is. However, it always comes with a cost. So tonight we are talking about the cost of power.
I look very
what
worried.
the one power takes from.
I'm sweating.
Do you like our worried expressions on all the
I'm real
there?
sweaty.
Yeah, I love how like the fattest of us doesn't have any sweat in the chibis, and the skinniest of us is like sweating the most.
It is a little humorous. We did.
It's also very like
in the.
It's also very like Steven Universe style like artwork. Honestly,
we did have a conversation in the pre-show.
We are the Black Tower Gyms.
A sweat stained.
Always ruin the day.
I will not tell you whose ass was sweat stained.
You
need to subscribe to our Patreon and
look at the Black Tower. We encourage the use of patterns on the Ashaman coats to hide sweat stains.
Always use.
They don't have to be
pattern.
solid color.
Don't use a solid color Ashaman coat in July.
You definitely don't want your ass.
Oh man,
you're gonna want patterns for your ass sweat.
It's true.
Oh Lord, he got those
I'm not
ass
saying
patterns.
that I
Look out
am
now.
speaking from experience. I'm saying you should subscribe to a Patreon to find out.
Hey, old girl, is that leopard print or are you sweating? What's going on back there?
Okay, look, I have had many an online discussion, as I'm sure many of you have, about the different scenarios, the different battle scenarios of the Wheel of Time. Okay, now I personally had this argument with several people who are idiots.
Sir, we have structure to this one.
Oh, do we have structure?
Yeah, we're getting there.
You're
2 sections away. You're 2 sections ahead.
I'm sorry. Go.
Section 1.
Also,
quick.
is absolutely correct.
Patron. Oh yeah.
Stickers.
Speaking of patrons, you're getting double stickers in the mail this month. They'll be going out this week, guaranteed. It'll be the stickers for April, not April because this is August. August and June. Sorry, those will be going out this week.
Doesn't
for sure.
come out in August.
I mean, that's when the kids go back to school, so everybody has free time, right? All right. First section. Quick reminder: what is the one power? Most of us that are listening know what it is, but for anybody that just somehow this is your first foray into a more of a deep dive thing, 1, welcome. 2, I'm sorry. So here we go. So you have a lot of names that are tossed around. The one power is the collective name for Sidene and Sidair. In the Wheel of Time, Sidene and Sidair are gender-based sections of the overarching power that turns the Wheel of Time, which is what spins out the threads that make all of creation. Sidair, huh?
I said, how gendered of you! Oh my god!
I mean, I didn't write the fucking books, so. I mean,
maybe you should have.
If you really have that big of an issue, grab a spirit box and go to Charleston and fucking have a conversation. All right.
Grab a Narbaha. Oh wait.
A fucking what? I don't know what that is.
It's the thing that the Shido used.
Is that the drink? Is that the drink you get from Taco Bell?
It is.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Baja Blast.
I'm about to Baja Blast. Which
the
newest season, the renewal of King of the Hill is out. So go watch that. Anyway, one power is the collective name for Sidene and Sidair. Sidene and Sidair are 2 opposing halves of the same whole. Giggity. Think the yin and yang symbol. They're pushing and pulling against each other is what creates the force that turns the Wheel of Time, which pushes out all of the threads that make the lace of ages, or the age lace, which creates all of reality as we know it. Not to be confused with the true power, which is what you get going through Shaitan, or the bad guy. But you have the one power, also known as the true source, all that there together. Sidar is used by female channelers. Sidine used by male channelers. There's a slight bit of an asterisk on that with Halima, which is a male soul in a female body, which is a whole different discussion in and of itself. That's really cool and really worth looking into, which you should do. With that, the temptation and allure of channeling. Bad guy equals bad dude. Absolutely right, Kari. Fucking nailed it. Temptation and allure of channeling.
Bad guy does not mean he is bad guy.
Yeah. Just because he's bad guy does not mean he's bad dude, because the dude abides.
That's right.
Um,
Also correct.
Halima does give the best massages. Channeling is described as abundantly addictive and enticing. It enhances all of your senses. You can sense more of the world around you. You can take in more of the senses. You can hear more, see more, sense more. Life feels more lifey. Everything is enhanced.
Colors.
Yeah. It's basically described like all of the good parts. Well, for Sidar, for most of the series, for all of the series, and Sidine for After Winter's Heart, kind of. All of the good parts of many narcotics. It's all good stuff that makes your experience in life better, makes you feel powerful, makes you feel like you can accomplish anything. But with all of that, to make it kind of a short and simple explanation, the Wheel of Time has a core and fundamental concept of balance. With every shadow comes light. With every good thing comes a bad thing.
Correct.
Or the pattern is always striving for that kind of balance. So, for as much good as there comes from being able to use the one power, there's gonna be some negatives. There's always a price of some sort to use the power in the Wheel of Time universe. And one of the easiest, which brings us to the second part here, one of the easiest ones to talk about is the physical toll of channeling. Channeling, again, for anyone that doesn't know, is just the ability, the active use of using that magical power. You are actively serving as a conduit and a director for that magical power for it to do something. You are channeling it to do something. Jesus Christ, this private chat. Fucking hell.
For those of you listening, the private chat is where we say
Narbaha just means Bonnie. Sorry. Anyway.
that's where we say all
Physical
this
toll of channeling.
out.
So Reese, what do you remember about like the physical toll of channeling?
Yeah, Reese.
With your massive muscles.
Awoo! Wolf
That's
brother.
Oh, we're having a woo.
Wolf brother.
A
Hello.
wolf brother to cheer on your muscular fatigue from your channeling.
That's right. One of the things that I always
Dobby,
kind of
Bobby.
felt, well, I guess it's kind of like the first thing that we notice is, when we're in the Two Rivers and, Rand
He's cheating,
needs
he's
that
using
life,
runes.
that life saving. Rand needs that life saving power from Moraine, and she's exhausted. And so it's kind of our first kind of understanding of like, oh, there's that like requirement, like that mana gauge where it's like she's been healing people all night. She can't just whip out this massive healing without
This
a price.
massive healing.
That's right. Moraine has quite a massive healing.
Healing
I'm gonna
capability.
mushroom stamp you with my healing.
Hmm. Everyone,
Tear
guard
them
your
out, Thor.
eyes from the healing.
When I get the feeling, I want our healing.
But I kind of thought this was one of the things that was a little bit, while it was told in the books, I felt like it was a little bit kind of hard to visualize almost, or kind of, I don't know. I felt,
Quantify.
yeah, that's good. I felt like the show did a really good job with this, where it was like when somebody was healing, they literally pulled the spirit out of themselves. And I had not really thought of that when I was reading, but in the show, it was like, oh, it's literally pulling from them as they're healing. They're pulling their own spirit in order to heal. And I thought that was a really good depiction to give that like toll. This is a price for healing, is you have to pull from yourself, where like if you're on a battlefield and you're already injured, that's going to be quite a high toll to heal somebody. And I had not really considered that part of it, and I thought that was cool how the show like gave that depiction of it. I hadn't really considered that part before.
So anime, I think we're gonna go anime here.
We're doing it.
Which
Doing
honestly, I'm gonna kind of blame on Reese because she made a comment earlier in the pre-recording. She said "Kingdom of Science," which made me think of the Doctor Stone anime. So,
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine why the Kingdom of Science would make you think of Dr. Stone, but I'm excited. So let's go.
Oh, the sarcasm. So
Sarcasm
Naruto.
here.
Yeah.
Never.
Never. So, Naruto. One of the early things that we find out after Naruto starts getting more of the Nine-Tailed Demon's power with his healing factor, namely after he goes into forms that wind up like burning off his skin, is that after Tsunade comes into the mix, because she's a master of like medical techniques, is she's like, yeah, it's cool that he can do this, but every time he does it, it shortens his lifespan because the accelerated healing factor that Naruto experiences isn't just like bonus healing. What it does is it's a hyper acceleration of his cells' natural ability to heal themselves. And your cells only have a certain amount of times for your lifespan that they can heal themselves without genetically mutating and ultimately getting to a point where they can no longer replicate. To me, I think healing in the Wheel of Time is the same way, and that's why it takes so much out of you. It's using your own energy because we all know it's working on your cells, and cells have the mitochondria, and the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But it must be the same. I think it's got to be the same kind of thing. It's accelerating your body's natural processing to heal. So it's acting on a natural science. And in the third age, they don't know what that is. You know, it's like explaining like a combustion engine to, you know, somebody from like the 1300s. They're gonna be like, an explosion in a metal box. What is this magic? Well, it's an engine.
And it exploded.
Yeah.
No, I love this too because they talk about channeling the one power, right? It's something that you
Science class.
you take
Get excited.
the one power into your body and you channel it out. You have to will it out, right? And I believe that there is some place in the series where it talks about it's like flexing a muscle, only like flexing all of your muscle. It is incredibly physically taxing, incredibly physically exhausting. And when you're doing things that are simple, like a little weave of fire to start a campfire, cool. Okay, that's cool. I just, flex
So
a
that's
little
Eye
bit.
of the World. Moraine uses that as an example for Elaine. She said it was like flexing a muscle she did not know she had, one that tired easily and would not always obey.
Until you train it like any other muscle. You train it, you
Mhm.
build up your stamina, you build up your endurance. And this is actually one of the things we've talked about before, how the amount that you can channel depends on your ability, right?
Ah,
And
yes, your ability depends on your ability.
it does, truly, and it'll make sense to some of
You have
you.
a carbon monoxide sense.
Why?
Something about fire. Thank God I actually know where you live, so I could actually call for help if that actually happened. Like,
The taint has claimed him.
Do y'all know my new address? No reason.
I feel like you're gonna need to. Oh,
Go to my ex's
the
house.
taint has my boy.
Look what they did to my boy. The
They
taint.
lathered him in taint.
The
And they
taint
put him on a
my
podcast.
boy. I'm gonna watch The Godfather tonight. That's happening. After this, I'm gonna watch The Godfather because I love that movie. New house, who dis? That's right, Wolf Brother. That's right. I don't think, real quick, sidecar, I don't think we covered the reason I was out for 2 weeks is because I moved into a new house.
Oh yeah, we did,
Also
but you didn't hear it.
means that the Black Tower has essentially picked up and danced away to a new place. Elaine was just getting to be too much to deal with, and we were like, you know what? Amadicia has no backbone.
I don't want to be around you and your milk baths no more. I'm going away.
Oh my god!
You keep your milk baths. We'll keep our bath salts. We'll have a good time.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
Take the cannoli. Hey, there are no cannolis here. I need a cannoli now. Fuck. Damn it, Carrie.
You need a lot of stuff right now.
Dude, look, all this is shit that I have yet to unpack. I'm here with you guys tonight. Why? Because I
Oh,
love.
thank God. I thought
love
it was all
being
shit that you
here.
had back.
I love all that, dude. This ain't
You
nothing.
know, I
No, I get
gotta
it.
tell you, I don't have the degree for this, but I'm excited to get into it.
That's
Me,
a
whenever I lost my virginity.
It did not work.
Also, me when I lost my virginity.
Okay, back to the topic.
Right.
Before Reese
The
gets her
physical
canceled
toll.
with her perverted comments.
What?
Yeah.
So we see a lot. So, on the physical toll, we see Moraine get very fatigued in Eye of the World doing a bunch of healing. In the TV show, she gets, she does a lot of more minor channeling, but she does a couple big channeling moves. And then gets really tired, which makes no sense for later episodes and how much she's able to channel unaided without a Angreal. But whatever, it's TV and it got canceled. But anyway, but she later in Amon's Field in episode 1 in Winter Night, she relies more and more on her environment as her fatigue sets in more and more on the channeling.
Which is something that I really loved about the show.
Which is something they do in the books too. They're like, hey, it's something the Black Tower I know teaches. Like, hey, if you can use shit from your environment, like picking up and throwing a rock instead of like doing some other shit, do it because you save yourself a lot of energy rather than creating like a solid mass of air to hit somebody with.
If you can tear down an inn instead of
if you can
instead
show
of a
up to a
mountain.
village, if you can show up to a village and tear down the main source of their entire society's income, then do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it now.
Don't use the mountain right behind it with all of the loose stones. Use the mortar
Yeah.
to I don't know, whatever. I ran out of fuel.
It happens.
I hate
It happened to Moraine. She ran out of fuel, especially after she caught a trollic blade to the shoulder.
I'll start a sentence
True.
not knowing where I'm going, but I'll just keep going until I hopefully find the topic.
Just like
You know what
Moraine.
happens?
And she luckily had a warder to dive on top of her and keep her from, getting the full brunt of her, miscalculation. But
Last time a dude dived on top of me, all I got was an awkward bratwurst pushed into my leg.
well,
Did not like
let
it.
me tell you about the provisions company.
It did stop the bleeding, though. If you think Quick Clot works, have you tried dry ice? Over channeling is something that I think it holds a little bit more of a special place in my heart because Leia, I mentioned her earlier, but she is the DM for Time to Roll the Dice, Wheel of Time themed D&D campaign that's going on. Check them out, Time to Roll the Dice, where you can attempt to over channel, and there's all these different effects to it. There's not that many different effects to over channeling in the Wheel of Time books or TV show. If you're lucky, if you're lucky, you just kind of pass out and you look like you died, but you really didn't. More often than not, you just. I need dude diving on me healing. I can't think of that without.
Wolf Brother moment, apparently.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I was in my room being quiet, pretending I didn't exist.
I wouldn't know. I was broke.
You were busy getting ready to move. You were improving your life and living situation, sir.
Shut up. Stop.
It's all about how you frame it. It's all about how you frame it.
Shadows
I'm Andrew, and I'm logical.
That just sounds like he's fucking paranoid. Like
I'm in the white jaw.
I mean, you can spin it up, you can spin it down.
You know what? I'll remember that next time I try to make you feel better about some shit, Josh. Next time you feel bad about something, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to make you feel worse. Oh yeah, you know what? You could have done better, but you just fucking suck ass.
um, there's Daniel
Yeah.
Sloss is a comedian that has a whole stand-up routine about this, and it's glorious and wonderful and amazing, and everybody needs to watch it because Daniel Sloss is one of the funniest motherfuckers on this planet right now. He's the new George Carlin. I said it.
Ah, nice. Okay.
So yeah.
I hear what you're
Not as good though. Not as good
emphasizing.
because nobody can compete with George. He's this generation's not as good George.
So overchanneling. You either burn out or you die, and the only difference between the two is if you burn out and can't channel, it's generally just a delay before you die. Because being able to channel is so addictive, losing the ability is normally a death sentence. Of the self-induced variety, I think is the YouTube-friendly way of saying that. Checking out of the Life Hotel, kind of is how that goes. Or you just straight completely burn away and die.
Yeah.
And you can parallel this to any kind of like overexertion in real life, both mental and physical overexertion. It happens all the time. One of the cool things, or not one of the cool things, it fucking sucks. Um, but a good way
Really
to
great,
explain it
guys.
is, yeah, if you take a specific type of antidepressants called SSRIs, and you did not know this, you need to be aware during the hot months, there is a good chance that you cannot handle the heat and exertion as well as you could before taking your SSRI based antidepressants. So the amount that you can handle of doing work in the heat changes. So you are more likely to overexert yourself physically. You have to be aware of it because you have to make sure that you are staying hydrated, that you are taking breaks, that you are listening more closely to whenever the Weather Channel goes, work for 15 minutes and then take a break for 30. We are in black flag conditions, which is really only a thing the military, I guess, understands. I don't know what other, I don't think construction does black flag conditions, but exertion is a real, overexertion is a real thing. Just like if you've ever like pulled a muscle because you've just pushed it far beyond what it's supposed to do or pulled a tendon, that kind of shit. Same idea, but with heavier, far heavier consequence in terms of channeling. And I think I've talked enough to push us through most of physical.
I really love this point too. Like I'm gonna do a callback to our motorcycle
Do it.
trip
Do it.
in July, right?
I over exerted my butt cheeks with all the rumbling.
It's not even that necessarily. It's riding a motorcycle is dangerous, right? Because there are people on the road who don't understand that they are not the only ones on the road. And when you're in a car, it's usually pretty easy to be spotted, and therefore people don't drive into you. When you're on a motorcycle, people be like, "Oh, look, that only guy only has two wheels. Guess I won't see him." And they turn. It's just really annoying.
And then South Park makes fun of you for having louder exhaust, so you're more likely to be seen.
Exactly. So, as someone riding a motorcycle, you're already in a situation in which you know things are a little bit more dangerous, right? Even taking the fact that you're smaller out of the equation, if
You're in
you
a
were to get
heightened
into
state of
a
vulnerability.
fender bender on a motorcycle, is not the same as a fender bender in a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so like going into this, I know that, and I'm saying I'm gonna ride my motorcycle across this, and it's gonna be great, and it was great. I loved it, loved every minute of it, and I want to do it again. I'm addicted. I need to do it again. Two geeks, one mic. We're doing it again. We're gonna go down to Deals Gap. We're gonna stop in to North Carolina and pick up this Yahoo, and we're gonna go down to Deals Gap again.
Bitch, I am south of the Mason Dixon line. How dare you call me a fucking Yahoo? Not to
Anyway,
offend our north of the Mason Dixon line
we're
audience.
gonna go there and we're gonna write. It's gonna be great. But the problem came at night when I was tired and when I was cold and when I knew I was already in a dangerous spot. But now I have fatigue and weather pressing against me as well. And I know that when I'm tired, I'm more likely to make a mistake. I'm less likely to maintain the level of vigilance needed to ride safely.
How'd you like the cold and dark when we got into Deals Gap? I think that's a good example. When we started hitting the super narrow, windy roads.
Yeah, it's a great example. And we were tired. We'd been riding all day, and we knew that, God, I'm more likely
We,
to
we
make
started
a
out
mistake.
riding fucking wet pretty much because
Yeah,
we left and really soon after it was just fucking downpour. And I
but
burnt
at
my
the
fucking
beginning of
wet
the
weather
ride,
gear.
we're fresh, right? We're fresh. We're
Yeah.
energized. We're well rested. We've just checked out of the hotel. We've only been riding a couple of hours. Everything's great. We get towards the sixth, seventh, eighth,
Well,
ninth hour.
it was after we ate. After we ate at
Yeah,
Schmidt's and we went to gas up.
was glorious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damon and I went and ate there. Walk on. That's like one of the things I made sure I was awake.
I ran through a rainstorm in Colorado that was literally like a hurricane. Like the wind felt like it was pushing, and so it's challenging. My point being, when you are in a situation in which you're already fatigued, the danger factor rises exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
As a channeler, you're literally taking the elements of power, creation, destruction, control, chaos into your body and spinning them out into ways that you want them to be spun out. And yeah, there are weaves that you've done a million times and so you're more practiced at. And you can say, yeah, I can do this one fairly easy because I've done it a million times. Bruce Lee once said, I fear not the man who has practiced a million techniques one time. I fear the man who has practiced one technique a million times. Great
And
advice
that's
there.
why you don't challenge the guy in the ring that starts doing the Kamehameha wave.
Bam!
I
But
doubt he can, but I'm not taking the fucking
danger,
chance.
the danger is higher when you're fit. And
Mm.
as a channeler, it's the same as it's a loose parallel with riding a motorcycle. Because not only do I have to have my arms engaged, my arm muscles engaged the entire time, because I have to control the throttle, I have to control the clutch, I have to control the brake, I have to keep my arms up on the handlebars. I have to engage my core. I have to hold myself upright. I can't just relax into the seat, go to town. There's a lot of
Oh
things.
yeah, you weren't on a Harley. My bad.
Shut up.
Sorry, I'm bougie. I have cruise control on me.
But the point being,
There's no cruise control to channeling, so the point still stands.
Is
Oh,
that the
see, there we go.
mhm.
they come in threes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell that joke. Okay, and so as a channeler,
Damn
if I take the joke, if I take the power into my body, I'm
Taking the whole joke.
I'm flexing those muscles. And the
Flexing.
longer I go keeping those muscles flexed, the longer I go, the greater the risk, the danger that I might inflict on those around me.
Wolf Brother says, dude, channelers are like fucking catalysts for the one power. They take the raw power and bend them in specific ways, like how proteins are built. Fuck Andrew, your mitochondria comment has.
Okay, but it's true though, because Robert Jordan, what do we know about him? That he's a smart
He was a
motherfucker.
science fucking nerd.
Knew about biology,
Uh,
microbiology, physics, like
these
quantum.
comments work together. Kari says, "Oh my," and then Wolf Brother says, "Tight muscles." So Kari asked a good question that ties into this part earlier.
Right, it is.
Are the effects of channeling to your body worse when you use Saw Angreal? And Reese, I'd like to hear what you think about this. What do you and your leaf curtains feel?
My
In your
leaf
Ghiblies.
curtains. My leaf jerk reaction was
Wow.
what?
Oh god.
So my first thought is just it kind of depends on the sangreal. Like some of them amplify your power, so I think it would lessen the fatigue, and some I think kind of use your power to amplify, and so increase the fatigue. So I think it kind of just depends on the sangreal that you got, whether
Which I think is
Elaine made it or
Which I think
she's
is something that's not discussed as much, though, right? Because the quality of the Angreal or Sangreal
Mhm,
will dictate the effect that it has on you.
mhm.
So I agree with the quality of the Angreal. I think it's like all Angreal period. Well, Angreal and song active use of power Angreal. Let me put it that way, which only excludes certain Terangreal. Really, I think the quality does depend on it. I think it's more dangerous and more likely to happen with Saw Angreal because I think they have a bit of a placebo effect because while Sangreal increase the amount of the one power you can use by functioning as their own kind of reservoir and conduit. It still passes through you. So if Kalendor triples the amount of Sidene that Rand can channel, then okay, yeah, he can physically use 3 times more, but he's pushing 3 times the power through a body that hasn't been trained for or is used to tolerating that much power for that long. And I think that's why, like, when we see him use like the Fat Man Buddha statue, Angreal, and any of the others, he's so much more fatigued after channeling events where he uses those than he would be without it. Not because they're necessarily themselves making him more tired, but it's kind of like a placebo kind of thing where, well, because I can hold more, I can use more longer, and the euphoria of channeling he frequently uses to sequester himself away from the taxation of channeling. He'll
Like,
focus on the pleasures of doing it. Like he'll focus on how good he feels thrusting in and out to ignore that leg cramp till he gets to the end. You know?
yep. So
And
the
if you've never
Angrill
done
are
that, you
they're
ain't
the
thrusting hard enough.
tequila. They're the
If you ain't
tequila
used, yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, if you
of the
haven't been
ones.
using your toes to help push in further, and you get a leg cramp that you got to push through and ignore, you ain't fucking trying hard enough. All right.
Okay, but that kind of brings us to another aspect of another sort of drawback of channeling, right? Because when you're channeling, you almost have a an insulation to that pain, right? To
Hmm.
the taxes, to the taxing and the toll that it's taking on your body. You will literally run like a horse, right? You will literally channel and channel and channel and think you're just fine until you collapse,
Until you stop.
until you stop. And when you stop, if you're lucky, you just stop channeling and you collapse. If you're very unlucky, like is the case with most people, you burn yourself out
And
because
I
there
think that
is
has,
no
Well, I
measure.
think the burning out is like if you don't stop, if you try to
Yeah,
push to keep going when you should stop.
that
and I
yeah,
think a lot of that has to do
That's when
with
you
the
get a cramp in the
training.
other leg too, and you're like, I'm gonna keep going. You're like, no, you got a cramp in both. You got a Charlie horse in both legs, and she's bucking like a wild horse. You should stop. You're not. You're gonna die, little British boy. No, little British boy, stop. Oh, all right. I think we're losing Wolfie for the night. Good night, Wolfie.
Reese, what were you saying?
Sorry.
I was
Yeah, yeah.
saying, I think that has to do a bit with the training as well. I think that kind of like, I mean, you kind of learn your tolerance when you're in places like the White Tower and the Black Tower. You
Mhm.
can kind of push yourself further and see where you get exhausted after channeling. How much can you handle before you have adverse effects? And I think, you kind of, I almost feel like that's not necessarily broadcast, but I think it's part of the training where they kind of push you in the White Tower and maybe more overtly in the Black Tower to hit those boundaries so that you are able to not only handle more of the power, but handle the effects of handling more
Well,
of the power.
and that's kind of the difference in training, right? With the White Tower versus the Black Tower. The White Tower is very much baby steps, baby steps. Take a little bit more, do a little bit more, do a little bit more. Learn
Very
this,
cautious and
learn that.
conservative.
Very cautious, very conservative, very stay in your lane,
We're only
stay
gonna
in your
use the
bubble.
brush strokes we know. We're not gonna experiment with the
Exactly.
colors.
And then
Paint by the numbers.
The Black Tower's like, no, fuck that. Hold as much as you can all day, every day, and I want to see
If you
progress.
spill a drop, you're going to be punished.
I want to see you hold more and more and more of Sidene. And it is very polar opposite, which I think is another illustration of Robert Jordan, coming in and saying that Sidene and Sidar are very, very different. But
Career military versus draftee in
I mean,
Vietnam.
kind of, yeah. And so that's a real difference. And so where one has you avoiding or at least mitigating the consequences,
Mhm.
going too hard. The other one's like, no, 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 no. We need to know what they are so we can better address them.
And I think a lot of that has to do with like the time period as well. You know, the White Tower has been going for thousands of years. They've had a very slow, you know, in our terms, they've had a very slow journey to get to this point. They can afford to be careful. It kind of makes more sense for them to be careful because they don't want to burn out their initiates. Whereas the Black Tower, it's like, we gotta go. This is the last battle. It doesn't matter. Throw everything at once. Can you handle it? Cool. If not, burn out and go. We don't need you. You know, like, and so I think it's kind of funny where it's, you know, the Black Tower comes in with that, like, you know, we gotta go and we gotta go now. And the White Tower almost has to play a little bit of catch up with their newer initiates where it's like they have their old way of doing it, but at the same time, they gotta get them ready. And so it's kind of interesting, that kind of balance where it's like, yes, we have to get them, you know, we need to do it safely, but also we have to do it safely now, like now. So I like that kind of dichotomy there, I guess,
I also
between the two.
So,
Plus, you know, the Black Tower has the whole we're probably gonna die anyways, so they don't have as much, you know, self-preservation as the White Tower.
So the next, and I think what falls closer under the hidden cost or the hidden taxation on the taxation without representation, if you will, to channeling, is this is kind of like a conglomerate kind of thing. The emotional toll of channeling. So it's going to be both emotion, spiritual, and psychological tolls on channeling. And this is, to me, this feels like such a Robert Jordan post Vietnam writing Wheel of Time category. You have, you know, this kind of genie in the lamp, Robin Williams, immense cosmic power, itty bitty understanding of reality, kind of thing. But you can do so much with it, and it can be so much good, and it can be so much evil, or just so much like tangential evil. And one of the things I think about is in Eye of the World at Terran Ferry, they cross the river, and the ferryman is basically begging to go back and save his family, and Moraine sinks the ferry, the pull across ferry. And book one, Moraine, like reading book one, Moraine, I would be like, she doesn't give a fuck. But by like book 2, 3, 4, the thing is like, Moraine definitely cares. She feels. She's just, you know, kind of like duty driven. Like the lesser of two evils is destroying this ferry so that this massive Trolloc, you know, horde doesn't make it across, and we have a little bit of time to catch our breath, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so there's got to be this burden that lives with her, and with that, every time there's this emotional burden, like all of the good guys we find in the series, like there's not really. There's people that don't talk about it at all, but there's really nobody that talks about a following of anything other than the light or the shadow. And if they do, they just say it's the wheel, but the wheel is kind of given unto the magnifications of the light. Like that's the light is the what the wheel wants. So there's a spiritual fight there, and all that ties in like psychologically with like, am I like Moraine at the end of this? Like she destroys the ferry, she prevents the ferryman. Like yeah, he's alive, but he can't go back and save his family. So she's gotta have to have this bit of a mental quandary of I potentially saved the world, but I definitely probably just doomed his family. So I'm fighting for the light, but that wasn't a good thing. Will the light forgive me for what I just did? Am I still a good person? And am I still a good enough person to be guiding the Dragon Reborn to be a good person under the light, given that I just doomed a family to death at like the hands of a Trolloc cookpot? Like, it's not an easy death.
This is like the classic philosophy paradoxes or tests, like the many versus the few. How do you determine which is the lesser evil?
Yeah.
I feel like
I mean,
Moraine
that's
is
definitely what she chose. Like, she
Well,
chose between a shit sandwich and a turd burrito in the presidential race.
that's the choice that most people don't understand. Most people have never had to make a hard choice. Most people have never had to make a choice that means ruin for someone, right?
Mhm.
I
And
think we've
Miranda,
all had to choose between super salad at a restaurant, Josh. I don't know what you're gearing.
but the point is, Moraine, yeah, she cursed that man's family, and on a surface level, you could say, "Wow, what a bitch," and you have the Emmons Fielders looking at her, going, "Wow, what a calloused bitch." She just like, what the fuck? What you don't know as the
It's
reader,
easy to judge from a place of safety.
exactly.
Mhm.
And what the Emmons Fielders didn't understand from a place of her protection was that the
Repercussions.
literal world is at stake.
If she had made the alternate decision, the ripple effect from that choice would have spanned for generations and ended the world.
So
Correct.
there's a thing
Pretty much.
in the common law tradition called the totality of circumstances. Generally, it's used when evaluating the actions of a law enforcement officer. Generally, this came from like it's the same case, I think. Don't quote me on it. That I think the term Terry frisk came from.
Quoting you
Um,
on.
by all means, go for it. Just quote me wrong.
Do
Like,
it.
he said it was Terry Frisk, but it came
Put it
from
in the
Frederick
comments
versus the state of France.
and tell
That's
Andrew
what it is.
how bad he
Yeah,
sucks.
but it's a whole thing of did the actions of the person fit within the scope that another person with similar training and a similar background would they make the same decisions given the same amount of information? So, and this was done. The case was there was an individual that was driving. They were swerving. They went into like a Rite Aid or a CVS looking for like orange juice, and they didn't find it, or they just walked out with it, or something. They basically were acting like they were drunk, and they got pulled over, or no, they just walked out, and the cops were called because they were acting like they were drunk, or the clerk thought they were drunk driving. They got pulled over, put in cuffs, and they wound up with injuries on their wrists from being put in cuffs. And it was ultimately ruled that the officer didn't do anything wrong because based on everything the officer was told and knew, this person could have been under the influence. Turns out the person was actually diabetic, was going through a diabetic episode, needed sugar, and that kind of stuff. The person was fine. They didn't, it wasn't a tragic situation where the person died.
Sure.
But same thing here. You have two different perspectives. You have the Mons Fielders who are just now pretty much seeing somewhere that's not a Mons Field,
Right.
and Moraine, who's like, she's not looking at Terran Ferry and just being like, oh, I've hurt somebody in Terran Ferry. She's like,
Turn
it's
fairy folk.
this one person and his family versus the world. I mean, he could have been nicer whenever he woke up and responded to an ISID.
Don't
just
trust
saying.
those turn fairy folk anyway.
You shake your hands. You shake hands with the Terran fairy folk. You better count your fingers.
I mean, for a town they were talking shit about a second ago, they really got really defensive of really quick.
For real, right? Oh my God, what a brilliant overlap there. For real.
Yeah.
Rand, Matt, Perrin, all of them are like Terran Ferry, a bunch of thieves, bunch of smelly fucking thieves. And then they show up to Terran Ferry being like, I'm not touching this motherfucker. And then Marine's like, yeah, cool, your family sucks and they're gonna die for the sake of the world. And Rand, Matt, Perrin, everybody's like, clutching their pearls all of a sudden.
Like, look, no one leaves Terran fairy folk for dead except us.
Except look.
If anyone's gonna fuck over the Terran fairy folk, it's gonna be me.
Also, I'd like to throw out really quick. Sorry, complete.
Yeah, I keep seeing the pillow back there. Look at that.
Isn't that awesome? This is the first time it is in full view in the chair.
Yeah, first time I've seen it being used for like the back of someone's head and not the underside of someone's sack.
Ayo!
Oh.
No, I don't know. The other thing is that people who are channelers tend to find themselves in situations in which they need to lead, in which they need to be in charge, in which they need to make hard decisions. So that's a more of an emotional toll, right? That's more of a heavy is the head who wears the crown kind of a situation. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. If you have to make a decision in which someone suffers, how do you make that decision? There's an episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine where the hologram doctor has to save a couple of medical patients, and they all get injured at the exact same time with the exact same injury, and they have the exact same deterioration of life. And he saves like two of them, and one of them dies. And he saves one of them, and two of them dies. And he has a real problem with this. He can't handle it. He can't handle, why did I save this person and not that person? Why couldn't I have saved all three? So people who can channel are often put in situations in which they have to make decisions in which people's lives are going to be affected. And
It's one of those things like hindsight is 20/20. And then earlier I made the comment about like it's easy to judge from a position of safety when you're not under pressure, when you're not under the gun. It's easier to make a balanced decision when you're not under pressure.
Yeah.
Doom doom ditter doom ditter doom doom. Not under pressure. Doom 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 ditter doom doom. See what I
But
did there?
pressure raining down on me makes me have to choose.
Yeah, it does. It does. And that's one of the things here. So under the emotional toll, there's a burden of responsibility. And this is something that Nynaeve deals with a ton before she gets rid of her block. The knowledge that she could change everything, but either is currently unable to do so, or changing things could cause harm. And it's something that Nynaeve fights with for the longest until she finally gets rid of her block. Because she has the weird dichotomy where she also has like that burden of responsibility, but because her control of Sidar is so emotion based early on, she also has like this fear of kind of losing control as well. Not to the same scope that like Bran has with Sidene, especially with like the loose Theron voice in his head.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a ton of that. And then, like we talked about earlier, there's this kind of like euphoric, all the positive sides of the drug-like experience and channeling. But with this drug-like experience comes the addiction. And people get addicted to this feeling of channeling and just holding the true source, of holding the one power. And you have to wonder, like, how much does that change you? You're like, man, I can't make a good decision until I've cradled like Sidene's like sack for at least like 5 minutes.
And I almost thought that was part of like, I thought it was an interesting way to show in the TV show that kind of seduction of that seduction.
Yes, Reese. Bring it with us. Slancha to the blue slushy.
Nope. Slancha.
Oh boy.
Andrew, edit that part out.
I won't.
We don't. Woo! We'll fix that in post. Sorry, Reese. What were you saying?
I'm
As you
sure
are a
something.
person who I
something
respect,
good.
and you as a person would never.
Don't lay it
I
on
was trying to
too
covertly
thick, I
gesture
mean.
to Josh so we do it without like interrupting your tirade. Not tirade. That sounds insulting. You talking. Don't be an asshole, Andrew. Stop it. It's not what you meant. Reese is a nice lady.
How dare you, Josh? Reese is a human being with thoughts and feelings. Look,
They're
it's
not
my
whores.
fault.
They're massage therapists. They'll massage your cock for money.
It's not my fault that she brings out her squishy hole every single episode at least once.
You know, when you bring out both the little and the big squishy hole on occasion, and you're surrounded by such voluptuous leaf curtains, what do you expect of the Black Tower?
You know,
Just look at the sheen on those petals.
my eyes are up here. Wait, no, up here.
Down here. Do your leaf curtains hang low? Do they vault to the floor? Can you toss them over your shoulder?
I immediately regret this. Oh my God.
Kari doesn't.
What did you expect? I mean,
We got 2 weeks of debauchery to make up. Come on now.
That's true.
So yeah, like again, you got this addiction like aspect of just touching the true source. It's like the Uber Fent without the OD. Well,
the more you fondle it, the harder it is to let go.
it is.
This is a fact. This is a fact.
Thanks.
This is something every teenage boy learns.
Yep. Then like to zoom out on the whole picture of using magic in the Wheel of Time, you have the Temptations of the Shadow. Temptations, you know, a fantastic group, fantastic music. To be compared with the Light's Duty, it stinks.
Duty.
It stinks. You got to do shit you don't want to do. Whenever you hear other people just listening to the Temptations sing, like, why would you want to do that?
I know you want to.
Oh, I got to go spill my blood on some fucking rocks at some weird time hole mountain. Whenever I could just listen to the Temptations talking about just my imagination running away with me.
Look,
that was the Temptations, right?
I would say something like thing that Rand wasn't emo and just ran to Shale Ghul to like cut his arms or something.
So slit my wrist and black my eyes.
Right there. There you go. 'Cause tonight will be the night that I will bleed for you.
Rand defeated Shaitan by singing Secondhand Serenade to him.
Okay. Okay, but Kari, who is it?
Oh.
Okay, look, we love you. We here.
All right.
Black Tower.
Well, we got a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
Get through it. Do it.
The tip.
So we've talked a fair amount, joking or serious, about the cost to the actual people themselves using magic, using the one power, the true source.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a wider berth of people because at most there's like 3 to 5% of people in the Third Age that can use magic. Period.
Girthy group.
There's a whole lot of the rest of the population that exist out there. It's a whole wide world out there. There's a whole lot of Orify out there just trying to live and breathe and reproduce.
It's a wide, wide world of.
I mean, it's a wide world in some areas. It's a tight world in others. You never know. Whether you're, shit. Where's the one place where they're known for being like super sexy dancers? Not the Sassara, the other one. The one that Leanne is from.
Domani.
Yeah. Sometimes you're a wide world Damani. Sometimes you're a small world Amons Fielder. You never fucking know.
Sometimes you're from Rock
Somebody's going to get super offended at that. And if you are, it's a fantasy series.
Okay, wait. Off. Anybody who's super offended by that, thank you for like making it this long into the episode. Really.
Yeah, it's also a joke. So it'd be.
It's also.
Please take this time to tune out.
Please take this time to go fuck your feelings. Better put a condom on your heart because I'm about to fuck your feelings.
Heyo!
So there's cost beyond the channelers as the rest of the world's found out, and it is the chief reason why people don't really like the Aes Sedai because they used to in the Second Age. The Aes Sedai, man, they were the bee's knees. They were the best. And then they started fucking around, drilling holes in time and space, poked the wrong butthole.
No gloving,
and
no
now
loving.
Everything's shitty.
True.
The shit hit the fan and it blew out on everybody. All right?
True.
Collateral damage. This is the thing that Superman doesn't understand and that DC movies did a horrible job of representing in Batman versus Superman. This is a shit movie. despite the fact that it shows Batman killing several people, which kudos to you. But
Well
they ruined. Here's the thing: Batman versus Superman had a badass line that was immediately killed by a shitty line.
Oh.
Badass line: Batman looks at Superman. Do you bleed? Badass line.
Fantastic.
Immediately ruined it with "You will." Fucking hell. Oh, and the fact that Doomsday only lived for like 5 minutes. Anyway, sorry,
Yeah.
tangent.
There's
Moving on. Speaking of collateral damage.
Also, Michael Keaton is the best movie Batman. Period. End of story. I will die on this. Close second, Robert Pattinson. Motherfucker killed
I really got to rewatch the Batman before I make my comments on that, because you're the second person I know that really likes Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Love that.
I tried to watch it twice and I've fallen asleep both times, which is more a reflection. I'm gonna say it, a more reflection on my fatigue, less a reflection on the movie.
Right.
Because it was early on, that kind of stuff.
So I have
Twilight
a really
does affect my
fun
judgment.
like I don't really know. It's a brain
Do it,
buster,
lady.
I guess, of Batman v Superman, and that is there's the show called or a movie called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I believe it was
Yes.
called, where
Quentin Tarantino.
I believe so. But in this show, Ben Affleck plays the first Superman who was kind of a comedic character.
Oh.
So, who had a very tragic backstory. But here's the fun story, the fun part. In the movie, Ben Affleck plays the actor who plays Superman. He has a love affair with a woman who is played by the woman who plays Superman's mom in Batman v Superman, in which Ben Affleck plays Batman.
Martha.
So
You fucked Martha?
So there's a movie in which Ben Affleck, who plays Batman, plays Superman, who sleeps with Superman's mom in Batman v Superman, in which he also plays Batman, and it's like a really great, like, what?
They also went a weird way in Batman vs Superman with
It's
Lex Luthor.
Hollywood Land.
Hollywood Land. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yes, it is
Okay.
called Hollywood Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also went the weird way, making Lex Luthor insane instead of like a super genius. Though it's really hard to say who my favorite Lex Luthor was now, considering some of the shit that the actor has done.
Gene Hackman will always be my favorite Lex.
Gene Hackman was really good. I'm not gonna lie. Get me wrong. I don't like what's come out about the guy. I don't like what he's done. If it's all true, don't support it, anything. But I really thought that as Lex Luthor, Kevin Spacey did a fantastic job. I don't think Kevin Spacey has ever played a bad villain. In fact, I loved House of Cards. I mean, you can be a fantastic actor and be an absolute shitbag of a person. It's almost like you're really good at pretending to be something you're not.
It's almost like
actors are just professional liars. I don't know why we can't get that through our heads.
Anyway, I would love to see a Batman versus Superman where they don't stop fighting just because their parents share the same name and Doomsday lives for more than 5 minutes. Like,
I'm actually a little sad that we didn't get more Jesse Eisenberg. Lex
House
Luthor,
of Cards.
because Jesse Eisenberg was also really, really great.
I thought he had really great moments. I thought he leaned too far into the insanity kind of part of him rather than like the kind of like revolutionary genius. If they had gone more into the revolutionary genius, great. But they leaned to me too far into what you would have thought the kind of person that created Facebook would have acted like. Which,
you know what I love
Social Network is another movie he was in. You know, that's why I made that joke.
You know what I love about this conversation? Good night, Kari. It is time for Kari to run. Good night. We love you. You know what I love about
I run.
Actually,
I run so far away.
Very good segue into channelers, because channelers have the weight of their decisions are so much more extreme that you can see a hero or a villain. Or
Well, they're judged like Superman.
or a supervillain. Exactly. And they could be doing a good thing, but you could judge them a villain. Like Moraine
Well,
protecting the Emmons Fielders,
Mm-hmm.
killing the Turn Fairy family, or at least dooming them to be killed. And
well,
she's gonna have a cute, little justification, but I didn't kill them. The shadow.
so I more so meant like, and this is a big topic around any kind of like superhero or superistic fight movie. It's a big topic around Dragon Ball Z, like the amount of like collateral damage to like South, North, East, West City and the Earth. Superman's fights, Transformers fights in the cities. It's always a big thing of who's going to clean up the damage after. And as more of the fandom started getting into that aspect of it, more of the movies started addressing it. And Batman versus Superman started off really good with it, having Bruce Wayne being super pissed that a bunch of his loyal employees potentially died whenever he saw his building collapse because Superman was the entire reason that Zod, which I think was the best, the fucking Man of Steel Zod, my favorite Zod ever. Fucking loved it. Fantastic. And the chick, I don't remember her name, super hot. Loved her. She was great. She wasn't no Zod. Zod, I loved. Anyway, I'm not gonna that movie. The entire movie. I was a Batman stan until he went, "You will," and then I'm like, I kind of switched teams. I kind of hope he beats your ass now.
Okay.
But and there was no Green Arrow to actually do like the original comic plan. And then I was like, I don't care if you have a 203 grenade launcher that shoots out kryptonite fucking dust. Fuck off. But the fun fact, I did have a coworker that claimed that Batman never killed anybody in that movie. So I sat down, rewatched the whole movie just to count the absolute undeniable kills that Batman got in that fucking movie.
So many.
He got so many. It wasn't like, here's the thing. I went with the absolute undeniable on-screen kind of like think Watt Fantasy League style kills. You cannot dispute he killed these fucking people. And I think I got somewhere like in the late teens, early 20s, guaranteed, and that was being uber conservative. Like he easily killed like 40 plus people in the movie. Just like a channeler bale-firing Natram's burrow could have easily nuked 40 bajillion people. I feel like I'm missing something right now. What the fuck just happened?
Nope, nothing. What are you saying? It's interesting. We were listening.
I feel like I said something I shouldn't have.
No, but okay, but this is the common thing we see, right, in comic books, in superheroes.
The fuck did I miss?
In comic books, in superhero movies, you have the people who have the superpowers are charged with making.
Look, as long as it wasn't racist or offensive.
No.
Okay, then we're good. All right.
It's razored.
It's the fucking. It's Uncle Ben. Okay. With great power comes great responsibility, and that's what it is. That's what it is. Great channelers have great power, and
great
therefore
penis comes great responsibility.
Responsibilities.
Hopefully, there's no collateral damage when it comes to that.
Yeah, depending.
Yeah, so
on
we
all right.
Yeah. We see it in how society treats channelers. Worry about collateral damage. Obviously, there's a massive power imbalance between the White Tower and the rest of the world. That's the entire reason the White Tower is able to maintain so much power and control. And we could compare and analyze this to so much in the verb world, but we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do here, super quick, is I'm gonna kind of combine a bit of two questions. So I want you to view this question underneath the guise of would you want to be able to use the one power in the scope of, keep in mind this whole discussion, is the cost worth it? Can you ever truly channel for free? Is there a way where you could wield the one power in a way you are comfortable with where it doesn't cost
Yes.
collateral damage and it's not costing you, obviously, minus the physical aspect. That's always going to be an aspect. So outside of that, where it doesn't cause collateral damage and it doesn't cause you emotional, spiritual, or what's the other one? Fucking psychological damage. There you go. Emotional, psychological, or spiritual damage.
Yes. Every day. Like there's little things you can do every single day. They this is one of the things I love about Lord of the Rings, right? Uh, the reason why a hobbit was able to carry the ring to Mordor, where nobody else was, is because the hobbit appreciated the little things in life. A hobbit appreciated a good meal. The hobbit
I thought it was just because he was
appreciated
grounded.
a comfortable bed to sleep in.
No shoes.
No shoes, fucking wandering around barefoot. Like these are all things that there's
Filthy,
small
stinking hobbits as
and
hobos.
simple things that the Hobbit appreciated, and so the ring had very little control over the Hobbit because the Hobbit had very little ambition. Now, is that saying ambition is bad? No, ambition is not necessarily bad, but ambition can be used. So if I was a channeler, first and foremost, I
If I
would.
was a channeler.
I would work. If I was a
See,
channeler,
I have all the magic in the world. If I was a good channeler.
I would absolutely use the one power for evil purposes. I'm sorry, I just would. I know myself. I'm not a
Yeah.
good person. Well, I am a good person. I'm not that good of a person, right? I would steal from Walmart.
Well,
Not
you're not bad. You're
business.
just drawn that way.
But there, I do believe that it is possible to be a channeler or to be a person with superpowers and be a good person. I
To
do believe.
be or not to be a good channeler. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to ensnare the bullshit of the light.
Mhm.
What you think, Reese? Would you want the one power and could you channel for free? That
I
sounds like a weird
try not.
question.
I was gonna say I try not to do most things for free.
Hey yo girl, could you channel for free?
To quote the Joker, if you're good at something, never do it for free.
I mean,
Let's
are we?
not blow this out
I'm
of
not saying
proportion.
we create a new, Patreon level or anything.
Make this
We're gonna read about Tree
Okay.
Fitty.
Log into our only tank.
Do you
That's
think I won't post pictures of my butthole
that damn
more
Loch Ness
reliably
monster.
than I send out
Videos.
pictures or stickers? You're not subscribed to our only tanks.
It's
You're
true.
gonna have to pay Tree Fitty to get pictures of our own.
I'm gonna read
Tree
about Tree
Fitty.
Fitty. I'm gonna read about Tree
Hey!
Fitty for my dignity.
For mine too.
that damn sea monster.
I'll read about Tree Fitty for what I gave to a Mepps doctor for free.
It doesn't mean 7 for both of our dignities. It means Tree Fitty for both of our dignities.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good deal.
Anyway, Reese, you were saying.
Yeah, all that for dignity.
For dignity.
Dignity, whatever that fucking thing is.
I think
Oh, boom.
I think
No
this is one of
diggity.
those things that it's easy to overlook. And I actually wonder how many
Like my diggity.
non-trained channelers kind of ran into problems with the price of channeling, not really knowing what they're doing and not being able to kind of train for the stamina or the noise level they need for their channeling.
Could y'all keep it down? I can hear you and your wife channeling every night. The walls are thin. These walls ain't made of Terangrial, you know?
These walls ain't made of Quindiar.
You know how loud you gotta be for me to hear you moaning through Quindiar walls? You gotta have one of them little blue Smurf slushies.
Wow, stop it.
Just.
No! Asshole.
Sorry, Reese. Can't resist.
Yeah, Reese. Just continue after that.
Yeah, right. I totally had a coherent thought. But no, I mean that's really it. I think it'd be interesting to see, you know, of the Sedai that Aes Sedai that know, or the channelers that know kind of what they're getting into. They're you know, on all the nations there are different ways to tell if you can channel, but of those that don't necessarily know or are kind of in denial about whether they can channel, what kind of damage is done to those people, those cities? Like how many small towns have been wiped out because a channeler didn't know they could channel?
Oopsie doodles.
Whoopsie.
Once again, but also one could argue that the salvation of existence was
How many towns have been created because
Bam!
somebody didn't know they could channel?
there. It is balance,
It's
Balance.
it's the balance.
balance.
A balance, as the French would say.
Balance, as you might say.
For mine, I would want the one power, absolutely. I don't think I could ever channel for free, but I have a shit conscience, so I really don't give a shit. So,
Love it.
fuck it.
You too.
Who gives a fuck? You know, within reason. I feel like I wouldn't be egregiously horrible, but I also wouldn't be like universally good. I'd be like a chaotic neutral-ish kind of alignment,
Fair.
which would allow me to justify all kinds of things. Speaking of justifying things, justifying the existence of the Black Tower podcast, if you want to help us do that, blacktowerpod.com is a great website to do that. There's forums where recently there's spam bots that have found it, and I keep getting emails about that, them posting
Oh shit!
random
I need to
shit.
log in.
I do love
Yeah,
a
I
good
can't do
spam
anything
bot.
about it because I can't delete it, and there's only one person that can, and I'm not going to talk about that because they know who they are and they should be doing their fucking job. I had to move to a new house, and no. Look at my fireplace that won't turn red, but it'll give me blue. Ooh.
It will give me blue. You want blue?
It will. I'm blue. I believe. Bye. I'm gonna kick him out of the call.
Okay.
Bye. I'm just kidding.
There's
It's funny.
Oh,
What would be hilarious if
Okay.
there was like all those beeps and it never changed color for us at all?
I would fucking hit you.
Well, I mean, you can't make it red, so who cares? I didn't know. I only thought above the logs changed color. I didn't know that the rest of it did. So that's even sadder than what I. We're gonna fix your.
I've heard
RGB
of blue balls,
fireplace
but
one day.
these are blue burns, and I don't quite know what to do about this.
Well, the blue fire is how you fix your blue balls. You just roast them over an open blue fire. Yes, all that's going on. Again, you can find links to our Discord if you happen to see this thing. So Discord has a new-ish thing called server tags. If you go to your user settings and then go to profiles and scroll to the bottom, you'll probably see one that says server tag. If it's available for you to select and you're in the Black Tower Podcast Discord, you can select the Black Tower Podcast server tag, And what that will allow people to do is they can see that next to your name in any server you're in when you type, and they can click that and actually get a link and join the server and check out what we're all about. So you can help promote Black Tower Podcasts. Super easy. I've done it. Reese has done it. Josh has said we can all go fuck off because he's busy moving and trying to get things settled around.
Do it!
I just gave you an excuse. Fuck off.
Give it to me again.
So we're gonna go
Not
into
for
the
me,
user settings
clearly.
cogwheel. Well,
I mean,
now
for
I
me.
can't-
Not to the users, because they already clearly know how to do
They already know.
Ready?
Anyway, you can do that thing. Again, go check out newcreationsbyjen.com for all of your amazing custom creative stuff and real-time content creator stuff. Tell them Black Tower Podcast sent you, please, because we want them to know that we do support them and that somebody listens to us, and that's how we get our validation. Next week, we are going to be talking about a super dope topic. We're going to be talking about exploring how kingdoms transform under Rand's rule and global influence. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to try to start giving a little bit of insight into what next week's insight episode. That's the word.
BTP.
Next time on Black Tower Podcast, we talk about beer for 10 minutes. We talk about Reese's leaf curtains for 5. And we talk about bullshit for 36 minutes. Who the fuck
Only 5. Don't miss out.
And the leaf curtains are the most exciting part of that conversation. Let's be honest.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, you know.
You can find all our stuff over on blacktowerpod.com, where it's got all of our social media links, Discord, Patreon, all that kind of fun stuff. We love you. We thank you all. And we will see you again next time on Black Tower Podcast. For those of us that are here, I've been Andrew, your Bijan Mahale.
I've been Reese, your Athan Mahale. Love it. Love it. And
And I'm Josh. Oh, Sorovan Mahale.
You've been waiting for this moment, for this feeling to grow. In the shadows, always watching, always running the show. In the tower, you can bring your pain. In the tower, you can feel the strain. You've been